Hello, hello. I'll start us off with not that many words. We are here at Triton Cup. I'm here joined by Stormy, and we're going to start things off here at Spot Zone's Heel Tail. I barely got to read Undertow.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, that's right. This is winners round 4, so I believe this will be a best of 5. And correct me if I'm wrong. We'll see if I'm right or wrong. So we got Nightmare Mafia going up against RS. We're gonna call them RS for right here. We got Fly Zero, Zenrix, Nice, all very strong players. And then we got Storm and going with Snipe Z, Phoenix, and Akami. So the very strong players coming out here in winners round 4, as we see on this very map here. We're gonna see Snipe set up here on this top side with this bow. It's gonna immediately get out of that action. Never mind. Just the guy ending the crab take immediately follows it up with 2 picks there. And so we're gonna see first control go to the RS.
Yeah, I'm actually quite happy to see Tri-Stringer, and I actually went to go check the map list, the set list, and you are correct. This is a best of 5, and count effects are now in effect currently.
Yeah, for sure. That means we're going to move for a little bit into the guy next time. We see that Easy coming out here very early and who's trying to pick there, but ultimately gets picked up by that Crab Tank Storm. Does not job cleaning that up as well. The 2 go down on the side of RS, but a Crab Tank coming in, he's going to look to start for a little bit more. They're going to neutralize the left side of the zone, or try to push it on that right side as well. So they're going to hold for a little bit longer to keep control there. Akami unfortunately goes down there on that carbon. It's going to be forced to wait there, but they're trying to pick back with the Tri-Slash. The 2 dead on the RS once again, so they're going to try to force control of the zone, but the machine applying a lot of pressure, making it very hard to do.
Yes, and right now it looks like the machine's going to get taken out, rushed down by the splash. And can the splash win this fight? No, unfortunately. But hey, Tri-Slasher immediately following up just so that way their teammates can regain control. Our RS is doing a pretty good job just maintaining their control, keeping the pressure up. And we're going to be seeing an inkjet be popped off soon.
You know, these guys on the side of RS have actually been getting a lot of results, a lot of good wins, being Fly Zero and Zenrix. I think they both were formerly on Opium, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, though. They'll probably yell at me if I'm wrong on Twitter or something like that. But regardless, they've been getting a lot of good wins there on the side of RS, and so we're going to see them do really well against another strong team here as the bow does go down as well. So unfortunately, it keeps control in their favor. They have not really given up control since the game started. Here comes the Crafter coming out from the storm, but gets shut down immediately by Zenrix.
Yeah, I think the positioning was a bit too aggressive for crafting, but now it's a pretty prime time for Nightmare Mafia to start gaining control. They've already got the zones in their control, and all they have to do is just push up and let's just say pick off this Tri-Slasher. Tri-Slasher did their job, distracting, valuing their life. It's always
We're going to finally see the members of Nightmare Mafia stand up here and get a little bit control. But all the specials at the rest of the RS, they're going to pop 2 immediately. We're going to try to see Phoenix go for a play right here. It's going to force the crowd to get out the way before they just find a pick there. But 2 positions right here. 3 positions what you're going right here. All the specials are already using the side of RS. This could be opportunity for the side of Nightmare Mafia to pretty much get the lead back for this entire game. We're going to be very close here. 500 pick there. 3 positions here. They have not forced the cap yet. Okami is going to find a trade there. Control is still right there. Here comes the killer well as the zone has still not been taking the lead up yet. And they're trying to keep both sides neutral and get the lead going, but they don't have it long enough, and the lead will swap over to the side of Nightmare Mafia.
Yes, and I'm kind of having a bit of a hiccup. Looks like RRS was able to get control of both of the zones just in time. Although they're able to get through this penalty rather quickly because it's kind of small. I'm very surprised it's down all the way to points now, because that just happened in such an instant. However, although despite this lead flop, there still is a chance for... Well, I guess there's no more chance because there's only one player up for Nightmare Mafia. So I guess right now R&R has to do is just get a lockout, right, Stormy?
Yeah, for sure. I think that Crab Tank was able to get like a double there, ultimately to slow down Nightmare Mafia over the sudden in the process. Now, 2 situations, Griffiths will come in to go right here. Nightmare Mafia has to get back to the zone. We're going to see Phoenix on that right side in a very bad spot. They're all going to contest the zone with the chip damage, but unfortunately, it's going to get called out by the members of RS. And so the Carbon's trying to make a play here. It's going to be able to get that pick, but it's not going to be enough. The Bulls over the live can't paint over everything, but they still don't have control over both zones yet. They finally do get that control, and that's going to be the game. No, it's not going to be the game. It's going to be the zone, but now is the game for the side of RS. And what a very, even though it looked close, a pretty dominant win coming out from them.
Yeah, it was very dominant. They were just able to maintain control at key moments, and it was very difficult for Nightmare Mafia to get in. This map can be difficult to get in through because you're limited to just only 2 narrow pathways in through mid. It's not a very open map, so once you get, it's very easy to get control if you just rush it quickly, or lose control if you get punished.
Yeah, for sure. So now we're going to see the counter pick come out for the side of Nightmare Mafia, which now that I'm realizing, yeah, that's a combination between like Truest Mafia and then Nightmare Storm, and then you got Zero Deaths as well with Okami. That's basically what that pickup is. But so we're going to see the counter pick come out for them, and I think they want to probably go for something to where they can play a little bit more patient and probably get their stringer able to set up a little bit more better here before this counter pick. So we're going to see how that farewells for them.
And we might even see like some of the more traditionally played maps return as well, because since this is counter pick, I don't see why people would want to play the worse maps like Mincemeat.
Yeah.
Yet imagine if they just counterpicked Mincemeat right at that time. I would have just been like, oh no.
Yeah, I doubt anybody wants to counterpick Mincemeat, but we do got the pick in, and I'm going to pick Splat Zone's Mako Mart for their counterpick. Very interesting choice, not what I was expecting, but hey, it can work for sure, especially with that toxic mist from that string. You're able to slow down the members of RRS. They could do a lot of work here as well set of that carbon that they have on the side as well. Able to put any ledges and possibly get a lot more picks there as well.
Of course, I wasn't going to forget the carbon either, because carbon thrives on this Mako Mart stage. All the ledges available for it to just shark under and, well, one-shot people through. It's a perfect map for it. And Tri-Stringer can thrive on maps with ledges. In fact, there's a fall-off shot that I actually know to get. That's actually really fun to try to go for. So it can be difficult to land because it's unreliable.
Yeah, for sure. We're going to see Phoenix switch over to the machine. So no more double splat. We're going to bring the machine in here. We're going to see pretty much the exact same comp come on the side of RRS. Control immediately goes into the favor right now of Mafia, but it won't hold you for very long. The crab tank will be coming out shortly for that RRS, and there it is. We're going to try to press it onto that right stack. As one little chip damage goes in the middle of the zone. Phoenix getting caught in that battery weapon right there. Wants to be go down as we're going to see the aggro push come in now for side of RRS.
Yes, I know. It looks like Nightmare is just already getting pushed up. Oh! Pick off from my favorite weapon, the Tri-Stringer. I kid you not, the only reason why I like this weapon is just because it can one-shot people or fall off. But beside the point, I'm very happy to see a Tri-Stringer being played with this map. Good, great pick, and now this is a good thing to capitalize on. Given the right time, Trizuka is being popped. I'm not seeing any picks, but this Tri-Slosher is already just shutting down that push on the right side.
They have the Tri-Slosher gives RRS a little bit of a feeding ability to just kind of go in and find a lot of cheesy picks there. He's going to try to find a pick here. He's going to get two good right there. So four wins right there. So they're all going to be with the fourth recontrol of that zone. Something does go down as well and apply a 66-point penalty to the members of RRS. So now we're going to try to see Number Mafia try to set up here on that left side. You're going to try to get the carbon in a good position underneath ledge, but unfortunately can't get there in time before that crash thing goes out. Looks like Zenrix, but the splash does go down. We have also coming out here as well. Able to get a pick there. Zimmer's very weak. It's going to die to that burst bomb. And we're going to see the carbon probably move up right now and try to find a pick with that Trizuka. It's going to find a member of that Tri-Slosher being Fly Zero as well. So picking up any straggler left along here is his Carbon's job and doing a very good job as well. With that Trizuka at the ready, they can look to lock out here.
Yes, and it's looking pretty close for now on RRS. They're going to have to expand one of these crab tanks soon. A trade is definitely, I'd say, not the best thing to happen to them. It looks like Trizuka was able to get one member, and Lead is going to flip over. Oh, Crab Tank got a pick on someone, but there's still not enough paint on zone. It's just going to be a war to see who gets to maintain control of zone. Getting the right picks necessary, they're able to get the recap, apply penalty. However, it's like Nightmare Mafia is just able to hold on by some... Well, let's just say they held on, because they held on.
Yeah, they were able to hold on there. It did get a cheesy capture to apply a big penalty inside of Nightmare Mafia, but that's just fine for the members of Nightmare Mafia, and they do keep control of the zone here and ultimately have control of this game, unfortunately. The Phoenix is getting rushed down. It's going to pop that Booyah Bomb. Millie's going to try to shred it. It's going to shred it. It's going to be able to outlive it, actually. This could be huge for the member RRS if they can stay alive here. It's Millie's going to try to find another pick. The Storm run out of ink at a very long time and gets popped and missed by that Tri-Flounder, and Mickey is going to push up here, try to find a pick onto this bow. Is not able to get it, actually, and Phoenix able to help clean that up with that machine as well and jump on the right side and apply a lot of pressure.
Yeah, there's still time in this match too, and Double Fizzy is also in effect, so you know what that means. It's time to spam. Ooh, perfect, a pick. That is opportunity right there. What I like to call neuron activation. We see activation, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
We see advantageous state.
That Booyah Bomb coming out of Phoenix is going to help ensure the cap of the zone, but Knives here on this machine are also doing their own work as well. A nice pick there from the ball bully that got that pick there, able to like that one member down. We're going to see the crab tank here at the ready for the RRS. Going to look to pop that real soon. 30 penalty points and counting down. This good opportunity here. Here comes there, but unfortunately the machine does go down and is forced away by the splash out of that bow, and then the other crab tank going down. So we're going to see Nightmare Mafia rush in and get control of the zone and apply a 50-point penalty, but it will go 2 down immediately as well. 3 down, actually. Basically a delayed wipe coming out here, full wipe out, actually, for the side of RRS. They're going to try to hold the zone like this. So no research at the ready for the side of Nightmare Mafia. They have to build specials very, very quickly. A Booyah Bomb, a crab tank, maybe something. And they'll let a push power in. And here come the Toxic Miss and that jet from that Tri-Flosher.
Yeah, they really are going to need to do something right now. With this Inkjet coming out, this is going to definitely put a bit of a thorn on their side. This Inkjet just going to be able to apply a lot of pressure. Leak is also flipping over right now, so it's now or never. One pick off on the Tri-Slasher, perfect. One pick is all you need. And I already see advantage. This is a good advantage. Zone is in their favor. They're already up. Players currently as well. The zone flipped into their favor too, and this is looking good for them. The most unfortunate part is they have to deal with a very, very large penalty and do their best to not get picked off by this crab tank. Crab tank is always, it's always a bit of a danger.
Of course.
With only 7 seconds left, this is going to go into overtime right here.
Yeah, Phoenix able to stay alive with that Booyah Bomb the whole for the right time. But Lucy on the top of the side. A nice pick there, but I credit is pick him back. But if you end up trying to pick back with 10 people in the line, Storm on the zone, Eagles trying to pick up Xeric, but Xeric is a nice pick there. Only tries to back and they end up hitting the zone because of that pick onto the zone. And so Nightmare Mafia ends up losing that game, unfortunately, when they had a chance. But Fly Zero on that pick with that jet, and one of the other members coming back in, able to clutch it out. And they go up 2-0 in the set.
It's a very, very hype ending. I was hoping it would have lasted much longer throughout overtime. The right picks are all you need, you know? Whether it be the ones that paint the zone, or the ones that just give you an opportunity to move in.
And for sure, that jet pick, I forgot. I think Fly Zero was the one who got it. I could be wrong though. Correct me if I'm wrong.
It was Fly Zero. Yeah, I think Fly Zero was the Tri-Slasher.
And I'm kind of confused on what painted the zone. Did that pick paint? I don't think that Inkjet pick painted the zone. Maybe in the process that Triton painted the zone as well. Maybe the other member just came from behind and we're just focusing on paint in that very moment. And I thought Nightmare Mafia had a bit more of a chance there. They were on the zone and they were there. They just all of a sudden just lost. It was so weird to see at the very least from a commentating perspective.
Yeah, Splatoon is a wacky game, and all these things can always happen. So in a way, it's somewhat expected, yet at the same time, it's also unfortunate, especially because it was the counterpick of the
losing team.
The losing team. Yeah, the losing team right now is Nightmare Mafia.
Yeah, so now they're down 0-2 in the set, meaning they have to make a counter pick. And even if they win said counter pick, they are forced to play on potentially 2 counter picks of their opponents that already have the lead. And so this could spell a little bit of trouble for them. But these games are very even back and forth. And Nightmare Mafia can easily reverse sweep if they put their minds to it.
Oh, yeah. With the right game plan. And I'm very surprised that they would pick this map, as they have an anchor of their own. Now, This map for Tristinger, at least in my opinion, it's okay here. However, it's very much outclassed, as it's probably better to just play Machine or try Slosher. So I don't think this pick would works very well in the favor of Nightmare Mafia, considering the fact that the opposing team RRS has been running Tri-Slosher and Machine.
True, I do agree. I actually do agree with that. But you know what? Let them cook. Let them cook. Maybe they have a little plan of their own. Maybe a little idea of their own. Maybe they have a win condition that we just don't know about here. But it is match point coming in for the side of RRS. We see the comps come out here. Pretty much stick with the same comp. A ball point coming out from Snipe Z. Was not expecting that at all. And we're going to see pretty much the same comp come out on the side of RRS.
Okay, maybe I need to reiterate that a little bit. They have a carbon machine, so they're fine.
Right, they do have carbon machines, so you know they're going to be okay. What was that? And interesting enough, Number Mafia coming out with, I believe that's no crab tank as well, so they're going to go with the tri-strikes instead, which makes sense on this map. Crab tank isn't really the strongest thing here on this map, but it's still be usable, obviously. We're going to see 5-0 here on this flank, on the right side, onto that zone. It's trying not to get picked up by the Whopper, but ultimately does get picked up there by Snipe Z. So immediate control is going to go into the favor of Nightmare Mafia.
Yeah, Snipe Z popping the inkjet there as well to help regain control, or will get picked there. I thought they would have gotten that pick, but it looks like they're still able to manage. There's that already an early wipeout on RRS. So you're right. They are cooking. They are cooking something here.
Yeah, that
to be able to maintain this lock.
Yeah, that ballpoint switch is doing dividends for them on the side of Number Mafia. Able to hold control space. The Trostler does get caught up there. The splash also caught up there, so the control will immediately stay in the favor of Number Mafia. And this is the nature of this map with all these angles, all these slopes. It works in the favor of the natural terrain, and then Trostler goes down again for the side of RRS. They keep picking up the Trostler. They get very easily win this game. The machine holding off the special. Great special at the ready for the side of Number Mafia. Two at the ready for the side of RRS. They're going to try to push the zone. Here comes both the tri-strikes. Akami still on his zone, looking for any straggler trying to come back in. Akami in a 1v1 is going to not win it, but two people go right there, and two people go down.
Oh, there's a flank. There's a flank in mid.
And you called her. That's the fucking 5-0. It's going to neutralize the zone for the side of RRS. It's going to try to stay alive. It gets a pick on that inject. What a nice pick. 3 dead, and they're going to be able to apply a 71-point penalty.
Yeah, that flank. Well, I like to call it the flank of Africa because they basically flanked around the half of the map. But the flank of Africa for the W. The flank of Africa.
That flank.
And now it's RRS's turn on the Xbox, as I like to say, or more like the Nintendo Switch. After all, this is... Oh, well, I guess not. That's 3 down.
That flank alone just extended the game for the style RRS, and they're still in control here, able to win. Basically, I believe like a 2v3 situation right there. Mickey's still here on his splash, going to pay control there as the members of Number Mafia are in a fourth and bad position here. So now we're going to see double 50 start coming active from both sides of the team here. Here comes the tri-strikes here on the zone. Here comes the blue bomb as well. But they still don't have enough space. But one pick goes down the rail. Akami onto the zone. 2 people coming in right now. Akami makes it a bad spot as well. Getting forced out right here. Akami forced to back up and try to stay alive. Zero is able to get that pick as well. A jump coming in right now is not going to be enough. And RRS is going to be able to reverse that game and get the 3-0 over Nightmare Mafia.
Yes, they were able to capitalize off that flank, and I believe that was the attribute, the big reason they were able to win that set. Because their lockout, the lockout that Nightmare Mafia had, that was a pretty nasty lockout. It's so unfortunate that the Tri-Slosher was just single-handedly ruined it by simply going the other direction. But that's just the way how this map works out sometimes. Sometimes you gotta do something a little bit different rather than just, well, all swarm the same area.
Yeah, and the 3-0 win, the favor of RRS, that will be moving on to winners round 5. Congratulations to them. But Number Mafia not out of it yet. They still have a chance to get the run back through the losers bracket if they so choose. But we'll be taking you guys to a short break. Do not go anywhere. You are watching Triton Cup on Dapple Productions.
Splatoon Stronghold, a stronghold for competitive Splatoon, providing resources to long-timers and newcomers alike. If you're new to the competitive scene or still figuring out how to join, we have a getting started guide and plenty of other resources to help you in your journey. If you are a seasoned veteran, we still have plenty to offer. You can find and join tournaments as well as participate in our Captain Forum and find free agents and teams. Our mission is to make competitive Splatoon easily accessible to everyone. So what are you waiting for? Join the Splatoon Stronghold today!